Well, our ninth and final school featured today is the University of Indianapolis. The Greyhounds finished their third season in the league with a three-peat of conference titles. UIndy 9-2 overall, 7-1 in league play. In the preseason poll just released by the Great Lakes Valley Conference, the coaches have picked Indianapolis as the unanimous choice to win the 2015 crown. Entering his sixth year as head coach at the University of Indianapolis is Bob Bartolomeo, who is with us today and flanked by senior quarterback Connor Barthel and defensive lineman Lee Campbell. Welcome to all three of you. Congratulations on your preseason pick. I know you'd be the first ones to say, now it's time to prove it on the field, right, Coach Bart?
No question.
Well, what are the plans today going into your season and your practice, I would guess, in about a week? How do the plans stand as of today? What are you looking at?
I think we're getting organized and ready to go in terms of how we want to run things. We've got a couple of new coaches on staff. We're trying to break in a little bit, but our kids worked hard this summer. We'll test them when they get back, and those that went home, and make sure that they're in shape and ready to go and ready to get after this football season. After
all the success you've had in the conference the last 3 years, still a challenge every year.
Oh, without a doubt, and the league's getting better, and I think these two will attest to that right away. This conference has gotten better and better each year, and this year could be a great challenge for us, as it is every year. But a lot of good coaches. A lot of good coaches now that have been in place and have had a chance to make their teams better. And as we were talking earlier in the head coaches meeting, you see it first and foremost on special teams. And when those special teams start to get better, you know that their depth of their program's getting better. So it should be an interesting 2015.
We're going to talk to your senior quarterback here, Connor Barthel, in just a moment. But first, let's talk about your offense in general. 9 starters returning on offense, 3 all GLVC linemen, the second-team all-conference quarterback, whose primary target is senior wide receiver Reese Horn, the reigning GLVC Offensive Player of the Year. It seems like you're loaded on offense.
No question. I'm a defensive guy, so those guys better score a lot of points. But we feel real confident with our offense. And it all starts up front. We said this the last couple of years. We've got some really, really good football players coming back on the O-line, and again, starts with your quarterback. After that, to me, and Connor's. Proved without a doubt he's one of the finest in the country, not only in our league but throughout Division II. And he's throwing to his counterpart, who's also one of the premier wideouts in Division II. And so we're real happy with that. But we got some great running backs that I think you'll be shocked to see a little bit. They haven't had a lot of chances, but we're fired up, at least I know I am, to see what they can do when they get behind that O-line.
Okay, Connor, Coach Bart has thrown down the gauntlet here. It sounds like he's expecting lots of points. Your passing, though, has been a big part of the success. 66% completion rate last year, which is outstanding at really any level. Headed into your final year here, 3-time champions, defending champions. What are your thoughts about this coming season?
Looking forward to it. I've had a great time at UIndy so far. I know I got one more season left. I'm looking forward to making the most out of it. On offensively, every quarterback loves to hear he's got an offensive line coming back. Yeah. And so they've been a big testament to giving me time to throw the football. I have some great receivers out there that make it easy on me, and then Coach said we have some great running backs too. So I'm really looking forward to getting together with these guys in camp and topping off the off season and getting forward to it.
Reese Horn's name keeps coming up, also a senior. What's it like to play with another senior like him?
It's great. It's this is going to be Reese and I's 9th or 10th one of us playing football together.
Tell us that story.
We went to the same high school. So him and I, since freshman year at Cathedral High School in Indianapolis, we've been throwing together.
Wow. So
it's been a long time. He's great to have. Along with all of the great guys that we have on offense, defense, and special teams.
Boy, I can imagine. Coach, let's turn the attention now to defense, where 7 starters returned. The unit included a host of all-conference honorees, including 2-time first-team All-GLVC pick Lee Campbell, who will visit Campbell, who we'll visit with here in just a moment. But in general, what are your thoughts on defense headed into the season?
Defensively, we should be pretty good. Again, we got a chance to, it starts up front with Lee and his running mates, and we play a lot of D linemen, but obviously Lee comes to the forefront when you're talking about our D linemen, and got a lot of guys back. We got the 3 linebackers back that are played for us, and we got one starter in the secondary back, and we'll have 3 new faces back there. Now they're good kids and good players, and just don't have the experience that we've had. So it's up to Lee and his buddies to get after that quarterback, so don't take the pressure off us back there.
I was going to say, when you've got Lee anchoring the line, you're doing all right. Lee, 10.5 tackles last year, 4.5 sacks. Your senior season is upon you now. Would you talk a little bit, please, about your approach to this senior year?
I'm excited, man. It's my last year. Plan to go out with a bang as much as Connor is. So sure. It's exciting. I'm excited to see these new freshmen come in, have the commitment that they have. The whole defense, the whole offense, just everything. Coming into one. By me seeing like all these guys and this commitment, they work hard, this dedication. Bringing all that into play into one season. I feel like we're going to be pretty good.
Coach talked about that unit that needs to come together a little bit. Are you the glue for that unit besides being an outstanding player?
That's the plan. That is definitely the plan.
How do you take a leadership role on defense?
At times we get down, so I'm there and a lot of other guys there to build us up. We can't just lean off one play. You have one bad play, you got to come back with a better play, and a better play after that, and a better play after that, and that's what makes our defense pretty good. That's the reason why we're top in the country in our defense.
Coach Bartolomeo, we've talked to one of your outstanding offensive players and an outstanding defensive player. How about your special teams? What are your thoughts there?
We got to replace the kicker. Scott Miller was an all-conference kid for us and did a great job as the place kicker. He also was the one of the 2 punters we used, and we lost the other punter also. So we're going to have some new faces on the special teams. Again, like the secondary, we've got some kids that are capable, but they just nobody knows about them because they haven't played. So it's their time, and that's why they've been recruited and redshirted, and now they're ready to go.
As far as the opening schedule, last year you had 3 straight road games to open up. This year, 2 of the first 3 are at home. You've got new synthetic turf. What's your take on the schedule for this year?
A formidable schedule, one that'll set the tone early, I think, opening up with the Saginaw, a very good team out of the GLIAC, and then going to Marion the next week, a team that was in the national championship game. It'll be they're kind of on the north side of the city. We're kind of on the south side of the city, so it'll be a city brawl, so to speak. We recruit a lot against each other, and a lot of these guys know guys on their team, so that'll be an interesting game, and there'll be a formidable opponent. Then then we open up the league with Southwest Baptist. So we got our hands full, but the nice thing, as you pointed out, is 2 of the 3 are at home at Key, and we don't lose a lot at home.
I know you're going to work hard this year, guys, but it sounds like you're going to have some fun too.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us today, Coach. Connor, Lee, thank you all for joining us here on the GLVC Sports Network. Welcome back to the football season. It'll be an exciting one in the GLVC. Congratulations as well on that number 1 preseason ranking. And fans, for you, GLVC Commissioner Jim Nemovich will be up next, and you can stay tuned right here and hear from the Commissioner himself on the GLVC Sports Network, where champions are crowned.